Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Doki Doki Blue Skies, and it is episode 31. Yes, 31 is the episode today. We are running out of save files. We are on page 6 out of 9, so that's a bit alarming, but we are almost done with the game, I believe. Very close to being done. Anyway, what happened last time? You might be pondering at this current point in time, and I will tell you, we had lunch upon the rooftop with Natsuki and Yuri. Yuri was a bit apprehensive about having said lunch date, but she kind of got over it. And now, just moments ago, and by moments ago I mean 2 days ago, upon recording this, we made the decision to tell Yuri, hey, go hang out with Natsuki. So, we will now see the aftermath of that decision, and if it was the right decision. So, go ahead, grab your drink. I got mine right here. And let's get right into this episode. Knowing Natsuki, she's probably going to bottle this up and never talk about it again if we don't stop her. So, for the sake of everyone's sanity, it'd probably be for the best if Yuri just talks to her now. Hey, Yuri, I think you should actually follow up with Natsuki.
Do you not want to read today?
No, it's just that I think Natsuki really wants to talk to you.
You have a point there. To be honest, I am curious about it. Alright then, if it's fine with you, I'll go speak to her now.
Go for it. I'll just do homework or something instead. Lord knows I need to work on procrastinating less. I wave Yuri off as I pull my workbooks out with a sigh. Guess I'll be pulling a Monica today. I've just finished a particularly difficult math problem when Monica suddenly interrupts my concentration. Given my feelings on math, I can't say that it's an unwelcome distraction though. Okay everyone, it's getting late, so let's hurry up and share our poetry. As I put away my homework, I sense a presence that appears before me. It's Yuri. But just as I'm about to speak to her, Monica interrupts me. Markapi, you remembered to write a poem this time, right? Monica says this with a bright smile on her face. However, I can't help but hear a threatening edge to her voice. Man, when did cute girls become so scary? Yeah, I did. I hope I did you proud with it. Oh dude, if we could do Monica proud, that's all I need. Haha, we'll see. I pull out my poem and turn to Yuri, offering up my handiwork. So, how'd it go with Natsuki? She pauses as she takes my poem, clearly mulling over her words. Finally, she starts speaking with a smile.
Well, I can't say that it went smoothly the entire time. She was quite evasive and prickly when I first confronted her. Although there's no doubt that my awkwardness factored into it. This may surprise you, but I don't think I've ever approached Natsuki on my own before. So, that didn't help matters either.
Matters either. I don't know why, but I was thinking about Marshall Mathers instead of Matters. That's par for the course when it comes to Natsuki. And don't worry too much about being awkward. You come off as very well spoken in general. I'm just adding all these additives to the sentence that do not belong there. I need to be stopped.
Really? I wouldn't have thought so.
Really? Not to downplay your own insecurities, of course, but I do think that you overthink things a lot.
That might be an understatement. Anyway, after a bit, we began discussing topics such as our interests. To summarize, we just had a normal conversation. It was the kind of banal conversation that people have every day, but somehow it made me feel content.
Her eyes sparkle with life as she says this. That's understandable. After all, isn't a happy life usually made up of multiple small, satisfying moments rather than of a few huge, joyous moments?
You're right. All these things happening makes me wonder why Natsuki and I fought so
vehemently in the past. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to write that one down. If I can use that in a sentence and make it seem normal, I will be just seen as a walking god. Note to self, use vehemently in a sentence. Part of it was because of the differences in your poetry styles, right?
Mm-hmm. I suppose when two passionate opposing opinions clash,
Absolute pandemonium ensues.
it's probably less outrageous than that.
Speaking of poetry, though, I think Monika's giving me the evil eye, so do you want to start sharing?
With pleasure, Markapi.
In any case, nice analysis today. Oh, wait, let me say that again. In any case, nice anal cis today, Markapi. Thanks. I've been learning from the best, so...
You know, if there's one thing I'm glad about when it comes to you and your dating, it's that it makes my job as president a lot easier if more people are enthusiastic about literature. And I'm pretty sure that you've become more enthusiastic about it after dating her.
What? So, you're not just happy for us as your friends?
Well, that goes without saying.
Thanks for the support, though. In the beginning, I wasn't really sure how it'd be if two members of the club were dating.
No problem. To be honest, I had my own reservations about it before too. But it looks like everything's turned out alright, right?
Yep. Or at least I hope so.
Anyway, it looks like everyone else is done by now too. So do you want to reconvene with the others now?
Sure thing.
Okay, everyone. Hope you had good discussions today.
I'm messing up left and right, and northwest and east, south.
It's actually it's actually really great practice for our Japanese classes, you know? And as you all know, finals are coming up next month. Natsuki and I instantly groan.
Don't remind me. Yeah, they're still a whole month away. No need to bring them up now.
But the early bird catches the worm, right? But what's the worm in this case? I guess it'd be good grades. Good grades which will lead to you being able to get into a good university, and thus find a well-paying, stable job. Which will then prevent you from having to die alone without a family nor a home.
Oh my. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration.
Okay, if you don't like that idiom, how about this one? An ounce of prevention prevents a pound of cure. And I assume the pound of cure would be failing grades? That's right, and we all know what failing our exams will lead to.
Let me guess. Living under a bridge and dying alone.
You got it.
Geez, Monika, when did you become our mom? Dude, if Monika was my mom, oh my gosh. Oh, dude. Plus, high school isn't even mandatory, you know? Plenty of people live normal lives without going to university, too.
I know. I'm just exaggerating. Sorry. I think I'm projecting my stress on everyone. I definitely think that it's wrong to assume that the only path to career success is through higher education. All that does is oversaturate the job market with random degrees and bury young adults in tens and thousands of dollars of debt. And at the same time, these young adults often don't even know what they really want to pursue a career in. Some people might be better off in trade school or doing freelance work. Pardon me if this is too forward, but there seems to be some cognitive dissonance at play here. Cognitive dissonance? Oh, you mean when someone believes in two conflicting ideas? That's right, and Yuri's actually right too. I don't think that people should be forced to go to college just to fulfill societal expectations, and yet I feel that pressure too. Of course, I also want to go to a good university so that I can better myself. But there's always this pressure at the back of my mind. And I don't even know what my parents would do if I didn't go to university, ha.
So, I guess all that stuff you said before about the pressure and being busy was true, huh?
Natsuki, did you think Monika was lying about all that?
No, I just thought she was exaggerating.
It's fine, Natsuki. Some of the stuff I say does sound far-fetched at times.
Man, we really have to take you out on a spa day sometime, Monika. Actually, everyone probably deserves a day of relaxation at this point. Especially Yuri. Ooh, dude. The spa day episode. I need it.
A group spa day?
My, Markopi, are you hoping for a spa with mixed baths? Yes, 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 yes. What? No. Damn, now I can't stop thinking about it. Besides, Yuri's the only girl for me. Come on, Yuri, let's show them all and go to a mixed bath by ourselves. Oh my god. Yuri's completely red in the face now. I've really got to remember not to make jokes like that around her.
I'd rather have you not show us that.
Yeah, Markopi, don't be gross like that.
Sorry. Okay, let's get back on topic before Markopi makes Yuri implode out of embarrassment. Hey, Yuri's not that embarrassed. Are you, Yuri?
Let's talk about exams.
Whoops.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
Wow, so even Natsuki would rather talk about exams, huh?
Same here.
Haha, alright then. Now, I don't know if I'm jumping the gun a bit, but I was thinking, how about we hold a few study sessions together for exam prep? Aren't you forgetting that finals aren't for another... Whoa, I was reading Monica. It clearly says Markopi. I need a drink break at this point. I'm so flustered. Alright. Refueled, ready to tackle this sentence as Markopi. Aren't you forgetting that finals aren't for another month? They don't have to be held right now. We could get together when it's closer to final season.
Personally, I believe that holding a study session together would be a good idea. Between the 5 of us, each subject should have at least one person who's proficient in its area. And that way, we could have those who excel in certain subjects help those of us who struggle more in those classes.
Yeah, I think that making a study group is pretty smart. It'd help motivate us more too, if we all support each other and cheer each other on. I don't have any objections to it myself. And like Sayori said, it'll stop us from procrastinating.
You mean stop you from
Wow, dude, switching voices? I swear I can read. I have an education. I can read English. I promise you. But switching voices, like, I'm doing 5 different voices, 6 if you count the narrator, and it messes with my mind so much. So I'm like thinking of the next sentence. I swear I can read. Please do not say I'm illiterate in the comments. I can read, I promise. Okay, switching gears to Sayori's voice.
You mean stop you from...
God, now I can't stop thinking about it.
You mean stop you from procrastinating.
See, now I have to switch voices again. I swear, I can read, I can pronounce words, I promise you. Oh really, miss, I lost my workbook?
Meanie, that's not even procrastinating. That's just being absent-minded.
Okay, but who's the one who rushed over to copy homework during lunch before?
Fine. It'll stop you and me from procrastinating. Happy?
Very.
Hey, this is all really cool and whatever, but I think you're all forgetting one tiny detail. I'm not in the same year as you guys. There's really no point in inviting me to a study group because I won't be able to help anyone with their work.
But we can't leave you out. This is a club thing, and even if you can't help us study, you can still provide emotional support. Yes, I really don't mind if you're with us. Rather, I think I'd actually like it if we could all study and talk together, even if we all studied totally different subjects. And I suspect that Monica feels the same too.
We can't just go abandoning a fellow club member and friend like that. Yeah, what do you say, Natsuki? You joining us?
Okay, fine. But only because you'd all drag me along anyway.
The wide grin on her face betrays Natsuki's true thoughts. Funny how by this point we can all tell that she really means the opposite of what she says.
Yay! I knew you'd say yes.
Geez, it's nothing to cheer about.
Haha, I'm glad that everything's settled nicely now.
Actually, that should be it for today too. Thanks for the hard work today, guys, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Phew, I somehow feel exhausted today.
To be honest, same.
Hold on, I don't believe we ever planned out the actual dates for the study sessions.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. Let's discuss it in the group chat so we can all write down the schedule that fits best for us. We all make noises of affirmation as we pick up our things. Studying with the girls, huh? With any luck, Yuri and Monika's influence will somehow pull up my grades. Not to mention that it'll be a lot more fun studying with friends. Although, there will undoubtedly be some disagreements when it comes to studying literature. Oh well, it'll all be worth it in the end, right? Transition time. Epic. Drink time. Even more epic. Ah, that was a good drink. Okay, here we go. Looks like it's the next day, maybe even a week in advance. Who knows what the time skip did to us. Ah, you know that feeling where you wake up and actually feel refreshed from having a solid night's sleep? Yeah, me neither. As I check my phone's display, I'm once again reminded that Valentine's Day is slowly but surely creeping towards me. I warily sink back into my pillow. Am I expected to prepare some sort of gesture? Like take her out to a meal or something? Oh man. It's tempting to close my eyes and go back to sleep. Ah, but we all know how that could end. Ignoring the cries of my body, I reluctantly swing my legs out of bed. At once, I'm mercilessly attacked by the temperature difference outside of the covers. Drowsily making my way to the bathroom, I prepare to summon the energy to make it through the day. Well, that's one perk of winter air. It definitely wakes you up. Feeling a little more alive, I start the familiar journey towards school. Hang on. Maybe I could wait for Sayori. I mean, it's not like I'd be taking any time away from Yuri if I walked with Sayori, so there's no harm in it. Well, guess there's nothing to do except wait. Shivering slightly, I rub my arms with my hands. What else would we rub our arms with? Our feet, perhaps? Now, that's weird. How was it warm enough to eat lunch outside yesterday? The weather around here makes no sense. Still, no sign of Sayori. With a sigh, I pull out my phone and send her a text. Alright, for those of you listening on Napster, Markapi's text, "Hey Sayori, I know it's kind of random, but do you want to walk to school together?" No reply. Weird. She's probably sleeping or has her phone switched off. Either way, I don't have the time to check up on her. If I hang around any longer, I run the risk of being late myself. Making a mental note to talk to Sayori the next time I see her in person, I slip my phone back in my pocket and start walking to school. Okay, good old Sensei Sakurai here, and I really, dude, we see him once in a blue moon. Out of the 30-something episodes, maybe 5 of them have featured him for half a nanosecond. So, to be honest, I don't remember his voice. If I could be ever so honest, all the side characters, I mean, they could all sound the same for all I care, because we don't see him enough, you know? Okay, he's gonna do, Markapi, how nice of you to turn up. Like Little John, we were all waiting. Worriedly, I glance at the clock. I glance at his big fat cock. Huh? But sir, I'm not late. He chuckles to himself. Indeed, you aren't. Sorry, I just felt like playing a little joke. That's evil, sir. And I didn't even know teachers had a sense of humor. He feigns a wounded expression as the rest of the class laughs. My, they warned me that being a teacher would be tough. I'll have you know that sense of humor is a prerequisite to becoming a teacher. And why's that, sir? Well, teaching a bunch of surly, that's the word I was looking for. Sorry, I'm half, I'm not gonna say that actually. Teenagers for hours on end. You have to find a way to power through the day, and what better way than with a joke? Are we really that much of a chore to deal with?
Now, that would be telling. Anyway, today's lesson.
His face drops a little.
Unfortunately, the 1930s, especially in Germany, aren't exactly humorous, so apologies in advance.
That doesn't stop people from making jokes online. Thankfully, the lesson passed by relatively quickly. It's crazy to think about what the world used to be like. A world of totalitarian regime founded on fear and maintained through blind obedience. To think that the status quo was so widely accepted. And what evil lurks in the hearts of ordinary people?
More copy.
With the start, I realized that Sakurai is standing in front of me, looking rather expectant. Oh, sorry, sir. I was a bit, lost in thought.
Thinking about the lesson, huh?
There's a dry sarcasm in his voice. Yeah, actually.
Really? Haha, no, that's not something I hear every day. Anyway, I was meaning to ask you about what you want to do after you finish school. It might seem a little early now, but believe me, graduation will sneak up on you before you can say history is the best subject.
It's funny that you mention that, because I actually have given it some thought.
Oh?
Yeah, I decided I want to go to university.
Ah, a very respectable choice. I trust you'll opt for a history degree.
Maybe. Something analytical for sure. I'm pondering my options at the moment. Japanese or history, yeah? Anything to do with literary analysis. He nods approvingly.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, but what spurred this on? I always thought you enjoyed history, but I never thought you wanted to take it up at university.
Well, I guess I've just broadened my horizons a bit, you know? There's a mischievous twinkle in his eye.
And what's ignited this sudden passion, I wonder? There's a student I teach who also has quite the flair for literature. She's rather quiet, has huge tits, but whenever she answers a question and hands in her homework, it's clear that she's very intelligent. I don't suppose such a description rings a bell with you, does it?
His smirk is one half innocent, one half knowing. You're talking about Yuri, aren't you? We're, dating.
Ha! You're hitting that. That explains a lot. I can see that she's rubbed off on you. I've rubbed one off on her myself.
And that's the second person to remind me of this. Looks like it really is true.
Anyway, it's good to see that you've got a plan. A lot of students have no clue, even in their third year. You'll have to work hard though. The exams that you have to take in order to progress to university are pretty extensive. Don't worry though, you've plenty of time to prepare. And I'm sure that with Yuri by your side, you'll be just fine.
Well, that's reassuring to hear. It's only recently that I really began giving serious thought to my future, so it helps to have as much information as I can.
Indeed, preparation is the key to success after all. Does Yuri share similar post-school plans?
He smiles.
I figured. Well, that's all I wanted to ask you. You clearly know what you want to do, so there's not much else for us to talk about. If you need any help or guidance on the university admissions process, don't hesitate to ask me.
Noted, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome, Markapi. Now get the fuck out of my classroom. Now I believe it's lunchtime, so if you'll excuse me.
With a nod, he leaves the room. I wander after him, making a beeline for Yuri's homeroom. And with that, we are going to stop it right there. It's the perfect stopping point before we encounter Yuri. So, hope you enjoyed this episode. I may have ad-libbed like the last 10 minutes or so with that conversation with our teacher. I really enjoyed that part. Hope you enjoyed the rest. Go ahead, do me 4 favors. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, help me find a girlfriend. And bye.